Shanti. Imbibe the virtues of sweetness and humility to become great. Continue to sweeten everyone's mouth. When you give someone a sweet, his or her mouth is sweetened for a short time. However, when you yourself become sweet, you will always have sweet words on your lips. Just as you become happy when you eat or give someone something sweet, in the same way, sweet words make you and others feel happy. Continue to sweeten everyone's mouth in this way. Always let your drishti, words, and actions be sweet. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today is day 18. Imbibe the virtues of sweetness and humility to become great. Today's topic: continue to sweeten everyone's mouth. Pass with honor, waste thought, replaying unfairness. Spiritual power to finish waste thought. Power of realization. Baba's magic mantra. Sweet, sweet child. The realization in the heart enables you to claim the blessings from Comforter of Hearts. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Shanti. Whenever there is beautiful experience in life, then we say how sweet it is, how lovely it is, right? How sweet you are. You know, it depends on what one experiences. And then very naturally, the words which come out of your mouth is of appreciation of the sweetness. Now, how can it be? How sweet it is. It is in the sense of, it could be someone's gesture, someone's etiquette, someone's response. You like acceptance, somebody accepts very sweetly in a beautiful way. Then we immediately say, oh, I'm really so happy that you accept it. How sweet it is, right? Sometimes we say, how sweet of you. That's the action of that person. So we are appreciating the action and we say to that person, how sweet it is. So because I don't think it's very common, we do use word how sweet, right? But sometimes we don't understand. And then when it comes to eating and feeding sweet, there's a lot of restriction these days, right? You cannot eat too much sweet because a lot of people get diabetic and, you know, sugar is not very healthy. Even brown sugar, some say we don't use white. So it's really what is true sweetness. And Baba is connecting with your purity and what are some of the practices? What is should be our awareness so that sweetness becomes our nature. So Baba is saying that continue to sweeten everyone's mouth. When you give someone a sweet, then his or her mouth is sweetened for a while. So Baba says that, however, so it's not sweetness while eating, but however, yourself becomes sweet. Sometimes one feels that what you're giving sweetly is artificial, not real. It's not from your heart. You're just doing it. No, we know that what is coming from your true heart, your love, and what is coming in a very external way. So that is what Baba meant, that it's not question of giving sweet, but it's question of becoming sweet. So that's what Baba says, become sweet and you will always have sweet words on your lips. There are some people, anytime you ask them how they're feeling, very good, I'm okay. Even we know they have their health problems or anything, but they are sweet people. So they take everything in a pleasant way, in a nice way. So Baba says, just as you become happy when you get or give something, you become happy when you give or you get something sweet, something nice, something beautiful. All that is comes under sweet. So then Baba says that sweet words make you and others feel happy. Sometimes you feel that person is withdrawn or person is kind of not full of enthusiasm or dryness in relationships. But Baba says, make you and others feel happy. This morning I was meeting someone, he said, I really feel content, I really feel Lord, but I'm not happy. So I said, depends on how in the beginning in your life, during your education, your profession, you have kind of tried to make yourself in a certain way, so you won't be happy. But at this time, you have knowledge and you are instrument of Baba, you should be happy. Happy about your fortune. Happy about Baba making you the instrument to serve. And he said, yeah, that I think I can do. And I can be happy, Because some people, they don't know why they have to be happy. What can make them happy? And Baba is saying that when there is sweetness for yourself and others, then you feel happy. So Baba says that sweet words make you and others feel happy. Like you nicely meeting people, nicely talking to people is the sweetness. Continue to create, continue to, Baba says, sweeten everyone's mouth in this way. Always, Baba says, let your drishti, let your words, and also your actions be sweet. So, Baba says, when he begins the Murli or conversation, my sweet, sweet children. And we also say, sweet Baba, lovely Baba, my Baba, right? So, Baba says sweet to children, and children say sweet to Baba. because our relationship, our giving and taking from Baba is always worthwhile, is pure. It has many, many blessings in that. So now in our lives, we also, by giving and taking everything in a sweet way, will create happiness, and we will be able to give happiness to others also. So true sweetness and sharing of that sweetness actually make us very, very happy. So be happy all the time is what Baba wants us. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Good evening, everyone. Good morning to those in India. I love what Baba was sharing, that Didi was sharing about Baba. I remember sitting in front of Avyak Bapdada and feeling so much sweetness from him, so much sweetness from him coming. I was thinking about just this whole month of sweetness and how important the virtue is, how it's really like an advanced virtue. It's not like an easy virtue. It's an advanced virtue, but it's doable because if we follow some of the things Baba said during the month, we can do it. And one time, it was in the beginning of the month, this Avyak signal said that just take someone and give them sweet drishti and say something sweet to them, right? Anyone. And I thought, oh, that's such a good exercise we can just begin to be sweet by just sharing those things. And so I was thinking about exactly what is sweetness. So I've landed on this, that sweetness is my heart is clean and there are only good things for everyone in my heart. And my mind is clean, and there are only pure and elevated thoughts in my mind for everyone. For me, that is sweetness. And so I've been trying to, I've succeeded sometimes, not succeeded sometimes. It's not that I didn't have sweetness, but I forget. But when I see people, that's the feeling, right? Just good things in my heart for them, just, very elevated thoughts in my mind for them. And to really see it that way, see them that way, and see sweetness as, okay, I can do this, right? I can just look at the soul and have only good things in my heart. I can only have sweet thoughts also, like really elevated thoughts. And this month, we are doing this Pass with Honor homework. And the feeling was that about wanting other people to change. And whenever this thought came, like someone else should change, right? Because it's the month of sweetness, and that thought came, right? Why did they do this? So they should do something different. Immediately the thought about the Avyak signal would come. And the feeling was sugar. Sugar never says, hey, everyone around me needs to be sweet, right? Sugar itself is sweet. Why does anyone else around sugar need to be sweet? Because it is sweet by itself. And so every time I had that thought, then the feeling used to be, no, I'm sugar, I'm sweet enough, no one else needs to be sweet. I'm sugar, I'm sweet enough, no one else needs to be sweet. Now you tell myself that they can do whatever they want to do. I'm sugar, I'm sweet enough. Another thing that was very useful this month was how, and especially today, about thoughts, drishti, and then words, and then attitude, right? So drishti, attitude, and then words. So even if I look at someone, even just say for a few seconds as a soul, as Baba's child, soul, Baba's child, that is my drishti is sweet. Just even those few seconds, that few things, Baba's child, soul, right? Then my drishti is becoming sweet. Now let's go into attitude. Attitude is what you're holding inside yourself for someone else. And so if I'm holding, oh, they always do it. Why do they talk like this? There's always, something going on. Why are they gossiping? So my attitude is being filled with something from the past, right? And that something from the past has to be in the past. And for me, the best way for it to be in the past and not bring it into my present is just go to Baba and bring that soul in front of Baba. Because what happens is when I bring the soul in front of Baba, then whatever my drishti is changing. Because then whatever my attitude is changing, I'm not waiting for them. I'm not asking them to do something I don't want to do. I don't want them to do because I need something to do, which is I'm taking them to Baba. And so that has been helping also. One of the things I feel with sweetness is if you practice, right? If you keep practicing, even for a few seconds, and this has been my experience the whole month, even for a few seconds, okay, let my drishti be sweet to the soul. Let my attitude not hold anything in my heart for the soul and just have, nice thoughts for this soul. Even that much, right? If let's do it now, actually. Pick someone you had a slight conflict with or a big conflict with in the last 1 week or a month or something, right? Where you're like, why did they do that? Or, people people are people, so they do whatever they need to do. But our thoughts also, not to be too hard on ourselves because we had those thoughts, but to just be mindful, just be easy. Now let's bring that soul in front of you, bring that soul in front of you. And as you bring that soul in front of you, I want you to just see the soul, drishti, right? Divya drishti. You have to see the soul with the divine eye Baba gave us. So see the soul as this beautiful, beautiful soul. And Brahma Baba. So actually, let's finish this exercise. So see the soul as Baba's child, as a beautiful soul. That's all we need. So my drishti towards that soul is Baba's child, sweet soul, soul, right? Sweet soul, Baba's child, sweet soul, Baba's child. And so let's say I'm having some kind of disagreement or conflict or, sanskara clash with someone, and I'm doing this exercise, I'm interrupting this old thought pattern. Whatever thought pattern, whatever thoughts, all of that, I'm interrupting the old thought pattern. And one thing I realized is that Brahma Baba always had spiritual binoculars. And those binoculars we need to carry with us everywhere we go, spiritual binoculars. And the spiritual binoculars is we see the other soul as a deity soul, right? And then you might ask, but they're not in Gyan. How can I see them as a deity soul? If they're not in Gyan, that's between them and Baba. But me seeing them as a deity soul is going to benefit me. So I don't need to see them as a deity soul because I'm seeing the truth. Maybe if I keep seeing them as a deity soul, they'll come in Gyan, right? Who knows? And so they don't have to be in Gyan. Just this is how Brahma Baba, everyone, think about it, right? So and collectors would come to Baba, government officers would come to Baba. When government officers came to Baba, what did he think? He must have, because Dadis told us what he thought. He thought, Baba's child is here, Baba's child has come. And then they're a deity soul, right? That's what Dadis told us. They're deity soul. So the government officer doesn't have gyan, but Baba thinking of them as a deity soul is really giving them a blessing, giving them a blessing. And so I feel that is also a part of the sweetness, right? The sweet attitude, the sweet words. That's also part of sweetness, is that they're just blessings coming out. A few days ago, Didi said something. She said that if you want to be content, I asked her this question, if you want to be content, what do you do? And she said, just sing Baba's praise. Just sing Baba's praise, right? And just remember how much love the family has for you, how much love Baba has for you, how much love you have for Baba. And I was thinking, and give blessings, right? Give blessings. That's what she said. And I was thinking, so contentment and giving blessings really like go hand in hand. Especially, I feel sweetness and giving blessings. Once what happens is once we start, right? So there's a conflict, there's a slight sanskara clash with someone, and you start seeing them as a soul, Baba's child, you take them to Baba, seeing as a soul, Baba's child, take them to Baba. What you realize is not only you're becoming sweet, of course, you're becoming sweet because your heart is clean, your mind is clean, you don't have anything in your heart, you don't have any negative thoughts in your mind. And so, what happens, I've noticed, is you genuinely want to see them happy. That's what happens. You genuinely want to see them happy. And so, we need to really remember that if I become sweet, not only will I be giving blessings to everyone, but I genuinely would want that soul to be happy. And because I'm giving blessings to everyone, and because I genuinely want that soul to be happy, guess what happens? I will start being happy. So this month, I feel this whole idea of sweetness is very deep. First, it is not like an easy virtue, right? Let's say gratitude or something like that. You're like, oh, Baba, thank you, Baba. So easy, right? Gratitude, very easy. You can sit down and thank Baba forever. And you're like, you still want to thank Baba for everything he's given you. Easy. But sweetness requires a few more things, right? But even though sweetness requires a few more virtues, it requires patience, it requires some, like, mental discipline, not going back to your old sanskaras. It requires mental discipline. It requires watching people as a detached observer, just being with Baba, watching people as a detached observer. So it requires a few things, right? Otherwise, if you get too involved, you can't be sweet. And so, because of all of those things, I feel this is one virtue that will make us happy, really content and happy. And so when Didi was saying, right, someone came this morning and said, I'm really content, but I'm not happy, right? Guess what is the solution? Guess what is the solution? Sweetness, sweetness. Like we keep practicing this. We keep practicing, hey, Papa, your Baba's child, take them to Baba. Baba, here is the child. I know it's my fault. I did something, but I don't want to do it. Just keep the child with Baba. Keep the soul with Baba. Keep looking at them as beautiful soul. Don't hold anything in your heart, anything, because it's not good for us. Forget about the soul, it's not good for us. And that, my dear sweet brothers and sisters, I think we can be sweet. I don't think it's that hard a virtue. I think we can be sweet. Om Shanti.